When I look at our upper sixth students here, over the last 6 weeks as I've got to know them, have been hugely impressed. And we have a few of our upper sixth girls here this morning. What I see is confident, nicely confident, articulate, well-grounded, well-rounded, happy, kind, fun-loving girls who are clearly enjoying the experience. They're working hard and they're playing hard. I spent an evening in cottages and cloisters a few weeks ago, and I saw the focus study that was going on, but I also saw the fun, the friendship, the sociable cooking. They were regaling their cooking delights and experiments that comes with being part of sixth form. And there is very definitely that step up as you move into sixth form. Firstly into cloisters and then into cottages. You grow in independence, you have increased flexibility, increased responsibility, and it's all providing that stepping stone to university. You're going to hear a little bit more about the subject choices in a moment, but I do think here there is an incredible breadth of choice, whether you are wanting to go into science, whether you're wanting to follow languages, whether you're creative, whether you're musical, or whether you're all of those things, you can really tailor your sixth form programme. And we're really excited to also be introducing some new BTECs and AS level courses to be taught alongside your A-level subjects so that you can really tailor your sixth form programme to work for you, to have that portfolio of whatever it is that you're going on to do later on. And you will be supported through your sixth form by the careers and university guidance team who get to know you so well. The start of sixth form starts in September. It is a 20-month sprint to get to the start of exams, and all the way through you are making the most of every opportunity. This term, the sixth formers, upper sixth, are very busy getting their UCAS ready, UCAS form and applications ready. We've pressed that send button on the first set of applications for early applications going to Oxbridge just this week and next week, and then all the rest will flow in the next few months. So it's a busy 2 years. You hit the ground running in September. I'm just going to finish by going back to the end. When I first arrived here in May, June, one of my first visits, I had the pleasure of joining Speech Day and seeing the upper sixth students graduate, leave, go out from QM as independent, very confident young women, but above all, with the self-belief to follow their passions and their pathways. And it is about choosing those subjects and those interests that will set you up for life. Follow your passions, follow your interests. And I can understand why we were nominated, shortlisted for Muddy Stilletos School Award as the awesome sixth form experience. So hopefully over the course of this morning, you will get a sense of why we were nominated for that, and ask those questions, enjoy the experience, speak to teachers, and hopefully look forward to supporting you all through sixth form next year. Over to Mrs. Nadin.
Good morning. I just want to extend a warm welcome to you all this morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Nadin and I am Senior Tutor for the sixth form. I'm going to spend a bit of time this morning looking at our sixth form offering. I have 2 daughters of my own that went through this process a number of years ago now, but I do remember how important a decision it is to make when you're deciding on your sixth form experience for your daughter or for you as students. I hope by the end of today you will see what a fantastic sixth form offering we have at QM, and that you will realise that it is ultimately the best choice. So what is it about sixth form at QM that is so good? I think there's a plethora of reasons. We are incredibly supportive of our sixth form students. We offer really good academic and pastoral support. I work with a fantastic team, both my tutor team and the boarding house team, together with the teachers, and support services like the PASS department offer a really supportive experience for the girls from the start of their journey in the sixth form to the end. The boarding house team are there, open door policy, as I have myself in between teaching, and teachers are there to support the students through their academic provision. Each student will have an individual tutor. They will be meeting with that tutor on a weekly basis, and that tutor will take them through the 20 months that they're in the sixth form. So they'll get to know their tutor incredibly well. That tutor will help navigate the challenges that ultimately will be there for every sixth form student, but also will be there to celebrate the successes. And that tutor will also be there to help them through, guiding them through the next steps of UCAS or deciding on employment opportunities, gap year opportunities, or apprenticeships. We like to foster a culture of growing independence in the sixth form, and all of you this morning will get a chance to see our fantastic boarding provision. Whether it's cloisters or cottages, they both do a fantastic step between Winnie's, for our existing girls that they're in, and external life and life after QM. Cloisters, you'll be sharing a room with one other student. You'll have workspace within that room, but you also have a fantastic common room and kitchen where you can cook yourself some meals or go for snacks in between meals in the dining hall. But it is cottages that are the creme de la creme. You will see this morning that the girls really do get a chance to live with their friends in a cottage experience. So they get to cook together, they get to socialise together in the lounges, and they each have their own individual rooms. And it really is a fantastic stepping stone between school life and university. And I think gives the girls a really advantage over other people that are going on to university because they've already experienced that essence of independent living. We also, independence-wise, try to encourage girls to take on perhaps volunteering, some work experience, and they have much greater freedom and flexibility than you do in year 5. I'll come back to the education a bit later, but in terms of results. But in terms of your provision, you will get 5 hours contact time with each of your subjects at A level. So that does mean that you will have, some other times where you can choose what you're going to do in those SPs, as we call them. Some of them are going to have to be for work. Obviously, A levels are a step up from GCSEs. You have to do a lot of independent study, as well as having your teaching lessons, as it were. But there's also the opportunity for you to take on enrichment activities during those SPs, or there's the opportunity to do driving lessons, or to do things like volunteering, etc. In terms of timetabling, we very much try to offer that bespoke timetable. So up to the 5th of February, you will get a choice to put in your options. So it means that you can really play to your strengths and interests. You can combine art subjects together, you can have a mixture of science and art subjects. You can really try to think about what's going to be right for you. And we do not actually put those option blocks together till after those options are in. And I think that's quite a unique situation for a sixth form. We try to foster skills for life. We're very aware that we live in a very small community here, but we need to get those girls ready for life after QM. And again, as I said before, the cottage experience and cloisters enables them to get that independent living and those skills for life. They get to cook together. They get to use washing machines. So it's a fantastic advantage for you parents out there for when they come home in holidays. But they also get to know that living with people is not always easy. So you can experience the highs and the lows, and that makes them stronger and more resilient for where they go to live with other people in university or go into the workplace. We also offer a fantastic life skills programme. So the girls will have one lesson a week where they will be doing life skills. That is things like cooking for university, or we do budgeting for university. But we also have offered in the past things like basic car mechanics, just to try to get those girls up to speed with what's going to happen when they leave QM. And I think lastly, the most important thing for us as educators is that we want to help these students to grow strong wings. So when they leave QM, they can fly high. And I think we have a massive opportunity, or they have a massive opportunity, to be able to feel empowered during their sixth form experience. They get to take on extra responsibility. They can go and apply to be prefects to get that leadership responsibility. They can lead clubs for lower down in the school. Every girl will get opportunities to present, whether it's at assembly or other events in the school. And I think that really does grow the confidence of those girls. And that, at the end of the day, is what we want to do. We want to shape our students into those fantastic young ladies that we see leaving QM every year in the summer. Okay, I'm just going to talk a little bit about results. I'm not going to focus so much on the results in themselves. What I'm going to focus on is the outcomes. The majority of our girls last year got to their first place outcomes, and they have a variety of options that they decide to apply for. So we've had girls that have gone to international universities, we've had girls that have gone on to the Royal School of Music, we've had girls that have gone to Russell Group universities and new universities. And I think, again, it comes back to not one size fits all. You have to understand what you are as a student, how you like to learn, how you like to develop, and what you want to do after that QM experience. And we try to enable those girls to experience that and understand that by the time they put in those applications. In terms of A-level pathways or academic pathways, there's a variety that students can choose. So a lot of students will go down perhaps a more traditional pathway of doing 3 A-levels. Some of them might put a EPQ in there, which I'll come back to later. Some girls will decide to stick with 4 A-levels, especially perhaps if they're doing maths and further maths, and that's absolutely fine. Universities will only ever ask for 3. So it's just making sure that you, if you're going to do 4, you can cope with that level of workload. As I said before, the step up from GCSE to A-level is a big one that we help support with, but it is, at the end of the day, a change from GCSE studies. And some girls perhaps decide to just do 2 A-levels plus an EPQ and or enrichment activities. Okay. We also this year have a range of AS levels that we're offering and BTECs. So some girls may do 2 A-levels and perhaps do 2 AS levels across the 2 years in the sixth form. Again, it comes back to playing to your strengths, and it comes back to the flexibility that we offer here as a sixth form. A variety of choices of subjects. I'm not going to go through them all. You can see them there. On top of the traditional A-levels, we offer music BTEC this year for the first time, which is the equivalent to 1 A-level. We offer food science and nutrition, similarly, equivalent to 1 A-level, and we're offering the level 3 certificates in food science and hygiene this year, which is the equivalent of an AS. We've got 9 AS subjects that we're offering, and also we offer the EPQ, the extended project qualification, which is worth 50% of an A-level. And I'll come back to that again in a moment. Okay, in terms of the difference between A-levels and BTECs, they are both level 3 qualifications, which means that they are both qualifications that allow you access into university. A-levels are quite familiar perhaps with a lot of you. They tend to be more linear in the fact that they are assessed, the majority of them are assessed at the end of the 2-year period. Few of them will have NEAs, or the old word for coursework. So, for example, geography has an NEA in it, where you can do 20% of the course on coursework, and you'll do that at the end of your lower 6 and into your upper 6. Obviously highly regarded by employers and universities. BTECs are slightly different, but they are still worth the same. They are a level 3 qualification, so they are still equivalent to 1 A-level, but they are assessed slightly differently. They're more coursework based, and the assessment takes place much more throughout the course than it does at A-levels, which takes place the majority of the time at the end of the course. Again, accepted by universities. I think what's really important, and I've talked to a few girls and parents before we came in today, is that you do choose subjects that you like and that you have got an interest in, but also play to your strengths. Okay, you can't underestimate what a big step it will be moving up from GCSE to A-levels. So you choosing a subject you like and you're going to study for 20 months and that you are good at, plays to your strengths, is important, because that can work alongside the support systems that you get from your teachers and tutors, etc., much better. So you've got to choose subjects for the right reasons. Don't choose them because you think you like the teacher that teaches you in year 5, for example, for existing girls. Don't choose them because your friend's choosing them. Choose them because they're right for you. That's the most important thing. And I know some of you may think, well, it's just too early for me to consider all of this, but you do need to think about subject implications. So you can combine art subjects and sciences. And if you don't know what you want to do at university, that is probably the best route to go down, so that you've got that breadth within those 3 A-levels that allows you to potentially choose a variety of different courses. Maths is essential for certain degrees. So if you really feel you want to go on to study, for example, straight economics at A-level, you don't need economics at university level. You don't need economics A-level, you need maths. Okay? And obviously, maths and sciences often go well together. And for science degrees, you typically need to have maths in that equation. Science do rule nothing out, and they can open doors, but there's no point choosing a science subject if you're not enjoying it or you don't feel you're as good as choosing other subjects. So you have to, at the end of the day, remember to play to your interests and play to your strengths. This will get shared with you, but there's a really good website that you can go on called Informed Choices, where you can put in your GCSEs that you're doing at the moment, and it can then help you consider potentially what A-levels to take, and also you can put in your potential A-levels, and it can identify what universities degrees potentially would suit. So it's quite a good, useful tool for you to use when you're trying to go through this decision-making process. Okay, and if you click on the link in the presentation when it gets sent to you, it should, if the technology works well, it should link you to that site. Any aspiring medics, vets, dentists, etc., you need to just be aware that it is an incredibly competitive environment out there now. Okay, so you do need to have an excellent set of GCSEs. You will get ruled out, okay, if you have not got majority 8s and 9s, and to be honest, the majority 9s in that portfolio. Chemistry is a real facilitating science subject there. You must take chemistry A-level if you want to do medicine, veterinary science or dentistry. You may think, well, you should have biology, and yes, majority of people will put biology alongside it, but it's typically, okay, chemistry and 1 or 2 other science subjects, okay? So most will do chemistry, they'll do biology and they'll do maths, or they may do physics, etc. alongside it, but chemistry tends to be the one that they are looking for if you are going into those 3 professions. An EPQ can be a welcome addition to this as well, especially if you do an EPQ based around some area of veterinary science or medicine or dentistry. It can add value to your application, and you need to have a strong record of work experience. So if you are thinking of going into those 3 areas or any other vocational type degrees, the more work experience you can get, especially from the back end of year 5, okay, or year 11 onwards, the better. Okay, and that doesn't have to be work experience that is in hospitals or in a veterinary. Okay, if you can get hold of that, that's great, and exploit any contacts you have for that. But it's showing your ability to be able to particularly work with people, to have those interpersonal skills, okay, as well. So volunteering in a care home or volunteering in a school. Okay, even working in like a charity shop at a weekend where you have regular communications with customers to develop and show and prove that you've got those strong interpersonal skills. Okay, alongside obviously any experience that you can get within perhaps a pharmacy or a hospital, etc. Okay, EPQ. You'll be able to speak to Miss Badger this morning. She's got a stand that will explain EPQs, and she'll be there to answer any questions. But EPQ is the extended project qualification. It is worth 50% of an A-level. It is an independent research project, so it is only suited to people that really like independent learning. You will get a mentor, and that mentor will support you and will meet regularly with you, but it ultimately is your piece of work, and you get freedom to decide the title of that work. So you will get taught certain key skills, like research skills, for example, okay? But then you fly alone in terms of putting that research project together and getting advice from your mentor on how to potentially improve it. Okay, lots of girls like to do it, and it can be, you know, an exciting piece of work, and can mean that you can choose something away from your A-levels. You cannot pick a topic that is covered within your specifications of your A-levels. So it has to be something, okay, completely different. We have a number of girls that have done it, and they may produce an essay, they may do a report, or they may produce an artefact. Okay, so we've had one girl this year that's done that's produced a textiles, that's been looking at the impact of environment on the fashion industry. Okay, she doesn't study textiles this year, she does science subjects, but she really loves textiles, and she's produced a really good artefact. Okay, that she's running alongside the report that she's written. And then, of course, we offer a lot of additional courses here and enrichment opportunities. Okay, so we've got LAMDA and lifeguarding qualifications. Both of them will give UCAS points, and that means that you can use them to help you get into universities, especially some of the new universities that don't offer on grades, they offer on UCAS points. Okay, so they're incredibly useful to have, and we have a lot of girls that go on to LAMDA, and if you get your level 8 distinction LAMDA, it's the equivalent of just under a C grade at A-level in points. So it can really add value to you being able to get into your place at university. We also offer dance qualifications and music grades. Again, equally, both of them, if you go past a certain level, will give you UCAS points. And we have a fantastic dance department and music department here, as those of you that are here know. We also have other things like choral opportunities. We're running some equine courses this year as well. And we have Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award and enterprise initiatives. So there's a whole host of things that the girls can get involved in alongside their academic studies. Okay? And these are the things that enrich your education and also make you stand out to universities and employers as well. Okay? So it's important to get involved as much as possible. Before I hand on over to the girls, they'll be thinking you're talking a long time, Mrs. Nadin. I'm just going to quickly look at the difference between Year 5 and the sixth form. I think one of the key things to realise is that you do get increased curriculum time for your subjects. So you get 5 hours per week per subject, but you're doing that typically over 3 subjects. So it does mean that you have a less intense timetable. Okay, so that means that you're going to have more SPs, okay, where you can independently think about how you're going to manage your time. Now, we can support with that, and the PASS department are brilliant, not just at supporting people with learning needs, etc., but also at giving support on things like time management, organisation, and you can also work with your tutors on those sorts of things. In those SPs, there's a variety of things that you can do. So there may be some EAL and PASS lessons, there'll be enrichment opportunities, you can take driving lessons. We obviously don't provide them in school, but we have lots of girls that will go out and do their driving lessons from school in their SPs. Some girls do volunteering, some girls will do work experience. Okay, we have a much more focus on independent learning. So at the moment, lots of girls will be doing their work within Winnie's or in the library. We have the 2022 room in the sixth form, which is a fantastic facility. So not all of the girls want to use their sleeping spaces and their relaxing spaces to study, and we completely understand that. So we have the 2022 room, which is above the library, and you'll get a chance to see that this morning, which is purpose-built for the sixth form. There's a little kitchen downstairs, so you can make yourself a snack and some drinks. You can take it up, and you've got a fantastic learning spaces up there. So individual learning spaces, but also we recognise that girls sometimes are doing collective projects or group work, and you can get together and do that in there. There's a TV screen up there. If you're preparing a presentation, you can do run-throughs up there, okay, etc. So you get that facility as well, which to me is absolutely fantastic. You also get the life skills course that I've talked about before, and also greater flexibility. So we have later registrations compared to lower down in the school on certain days of the week. We also have a sign-out system at the end of the day. So for the day girls, if you haven't got a lesson at the end of the day, you can sign out and go home earlier. Or you maybe have 2 free lessons at the end of the day and you've set up a regular volunteering experience or job in York for a couple of hours on a Thursday afternoon because you have no lessons from 3 o'clock. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We offer that flexibility so that we can work with you. We're completely aware that you're doing your A-levels, but you also want to expand as individuals, okay, and develop those other experiences. We also have greater freedom in boarding, so later curfews, more independent living and cooking, as I've talked about before. Every girl, whether you're a day girl, flexi boarder or full boarder, will get a room in boarding. That boarding house, for people that perhaps are not aware of how it works, you will be hopefully by the end of today, but it means that you can go back there in between lessons, you can go and cook yourself something, you can go and make yourself a hot drink, okay? You've got that flexibility to go to and fro, okay, from your lessons, and you've got a space to go to. And obviously, although we have this greater independence, the support remains, I don't think you can underestimate how much support you do get in our sixth form. We are purposely a very small sixth form, and that works incredibly well for us. Okay, so we give those girls that support. We have an open door policy, and we're there, as I've said before, to help them through those challenging times, but also to help them celebrate those successes. And then, obviously, opportunities for leadership. So the girls will talk about this a little bit in a moment, but we obviously have a prefect system that runs from really sort of February, March time of the lower six. Girls start to apply to be prefects for the upper six, and that gives them a whole host of extra responsibility and leadership opportunities. Okay, and that is a system that really helps those girls to grow in confidence. Okay, I am going to hand over to my lovely three upper six girls that have come to speak with us today. So we've got Harriet Wilson, who's our head girl, and Pippa Cochrane, who's our deputy head girl, and Ninan Pananda, who's our art prefect, that will just come and speak to you about their experiences. I think it's always better to hear it directly from the students. And we haven't paid them anything for what they're about to say.
Good morning, everybody. We hope you all had a nice day so far. My name is Harriet, and I've had the privilege of being head girl this academic year.
And I'm Pippa, deputy head girl, and today we'd like to share a bit about our experience and why choosing QM has shaped our journey.
To begin, the transition from GCSEs to A-levels was a big leap for the both of us. However, with the incredible support team at QM, we were able to settle in really quickly and start our A-level journey positively. Personally, I study economics, geography, and Spanish, and I truly enjoy each of these subjects. One of the best aspects of learning here is the small class sizes. I think both Pippa and I can agree that these smaller classes really enhance our learning and allow us to focus and create a more tailored learning experience. It allows everyone to adjust to their individual strengths and weaknesses without feeling left behind.
I take a very different set of A-levels, classics, graphics and photography, but the support I receive is equally outstanding. For the fact I take 2 art subjects, which is very uncommon to find being offered at other sixth forms, QM still offers a variety of support. Whether it's from our amazing tutors who we meet with weekly for academic guidance, or our house staff who help us with more personal needs, or QM also offers a pass department, which is available for all students and provides extra support. This is a very rare facility among sixth forms, and there is, of course, Ms. Nadin, our head of year. She's basically our lifeline, and we don't know what we'd do without her.
Aside from the academic advantages, there are also many other unique opportunities that QM offers. One of the highlights has to be the upper sixth boarding experience in cottages. For those of you who aren't familiar, the cottages are like mini houses where groups of us live together with our own rooms and a shared kitchen and living space. It's such a unique part of QM, and I can confidently say that no other school offers something quite like it. Whenever I tell my friends outside of school that I live in a cottage with my friends, they are shocked, and I think they are quite jealous, to be honest. And I even prefer my room at school over my room at home, which is something I'd never thought I would say.
QM's small, tight-knit community also means there are endless ways to get involved. Whether it's through extracurricular activities like lifeguarding, which teaches a lot of transferable skills, or becoming a prefect, you're always encouraged to take part. For example, Harriet ran our summer fete earlier this year, which the sixth form helped to organise, and it was an opportunity to also welcome the local village. There are also opportunities to be sports captains, which helps build leadership skills, which will be invaluable once we leave QM.
Finally, although we haven't quite finished with our time here yet, the growth we've experienced since starting the sixth form is incredible. Personally, I came into lower sixth as a very shy girl, and standing here today shows how much QM encourages you to flourish and step out of your comfort zone.
Thank you so much for listening.
We hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and if you have any other questions, Pippa and I will be outside afterwards, so you can come and chat with us.
Ninan will now tell us what it's like to be an international boarder during sixth form.
Hello everyone, I'm Ninan and I'm from Thailand. I'll be talking about life as an international student at QM. I have been a full boarder here for almost 3 years. Back in Thailand, I studied at Thai school and English was one of my least favorite subjects. I often felt nervous whenever I had to speak it. However, my English has improved a lot since I joined QM. Much of my improvement has come from talking with the teachers, house mistress, and friends. QM creates a supportive environment that encourages all the students to speak and express their opinions. I'm currently studying graphic design, photography, and Spanish. I never imagined I would learn a third language in English, which is my second language, as that seemed extremely difficult. However, with the support of everyone, I gained enough confidence to choose Spanish as one of my A-level subjects, and I absolutely enjoyed it. As a sixth former, I also have the opportunity to develop my leadership skill as an art prefect and badminton captain, which has further enhanced my confidence in communicating with others. My favorite part of being in sixth form is the increased trust we receive from our teachers. We have more independent time and the freedom to go into town, which is especially beneficial for international students like me because we get a chance to get some food, to shop and explore the city. If you have any question about being international students at QM, feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope you've heard this morning just a little bit about our sixth form and started to appreciate all the good things about it and the strengths that it has as a sixth form offering. The girls do speak for themselves, so when you get out into the subject fair and also for tours, there will be a number of upper sixth girls and some lower sixth girls that you can chat with. Ask them any questions. They're the ones that will give you the most honest answers. Okay, so I think the most important thing today is that you get any questions that you've got answered as much as you can. You will have a chance this morning to have a tour around the sixth form offering. So you'll get a sixth form options booklet that you can look round. You'll look around the subject fair. You'll then go and chat to subject staff, etc. And then you'll get a chance to tour around to the boarding houses and also the 2022 room. In terms of the next steps, obviously, you need to go away and discuss various options, etc. with families. You will have a chance to come and do a day in the life of the sixth form on the 15th of November. And for girls that are not in QM, you're very welcome to come and join. That would be lovely for you to come and join that day. And you will get to taste sixth form lessons and also have some conversations with sixth formers, etc. For existing girls, we're going to do a series of sixth form immersion socials for the year 5 girls after the day in the life of the sixth form, where they'll get more chance to go and move up to the sixth form to spend time with sixth formers, etc. So that again, they can feel and get an idea of the sixth form experience. In terms of deadlines, so we have really 2 deadlines. We have an initial choices deadline for the 2nd of December, which just gives us an idea of what you're considering. And that gets passed on to Dr. Free, who tends to do the timetabling, so he can see what the thinking is in terms of option blocks. But we do not actually set those option blocks to after the final deadline of the 3rd of February. So up to that point, you get freedom to choose the combination of A-levels that you want to do. So that may be 3 art subjects, it may be 1 art subject, 2 science subjects, okay? Quite a few girls will choose 4 initially, and they may start with 4 A-levels and then drop down to 3 within that first half term, okay? So if you can't choose between perhaps a couple of A-levels, that is an option for you as well. That's just for you, just as a reminder, really. So up to the 3rd of February, you get freedom to choose. After that point, the option blocks will be set. So there can be movement after that time, but after that time, we have to move within the option blocks. Okay, that's me finished now. Has anybody got any general questions that they feel they want to ask in this forum? I will obviously be about outside to answer any, or you'll find me near the business stall, because I teach business studies. But if any of you have got any general questions, are there any? Okay. Individually wise then, please, as I said before, just try to get as much out of this morning as you can. It's your opportunity and your chance to speak with teachers, okay, to experience what the boarding facilities are like, to go and see the 2022 room. And I hope you have a really good morning. Thank you.